Hi, I'm Grete from Scandinavian today. I am going to make what we call in Danish Fastelavnsboller, or in English it will be translated to shrovetide buns. And I'm making them because they are so traditional this time of the year, and I'm sure you will like them. So here we have the ingredients for my Fastelavnsboller, or in English it would be shrovetide buns. I'm going to use 3½ cup of flour, 1 cup of milk, and the milk has been heated up to about 110, 120. And in the milk I'm going to add 1 package of active dry yeast. Then I'm also going to use a 1/4 cup of sugar, 1 teaspoon of cardamom, a 1/4 teaspoon of salt, 2 whole eggs, and 16 tablespoons of butter, and it's about the same as 1 cup full of butter. So let's start mixing. And I pour the active dry yeast into the milk, mix it up, and I leave it alone for a while I am mixing the rest of the ingredients. Pour the flour into a big bowl I have here, and I cut up the butter, and now I'm changed to this one here because it really cuts the butter in small pieces. And I pour in the sugar and stir it in here, as well as the 1/4 teaspoon of salt and 1 teaspoon of cardamom. And I now pour in the milk with the yeast, and here comes the 2 eggs. Just whip it up a little bit. And of course I'm going to knead it on the table for a while. And I put flour on the table, and I'm now kneading the bread, and I'll keep doing that for a couple of minutes. And as soon as it's ready, I'm going to put it back in the bowl to let it rise for about half an hour to an hour. And I can do that now. Here it goes. I'll cover it up. Fastelavn begins about 40 days before Easter, so the date varies from year to year. It can be the beginning of February or sometime in March. So I thought you might like to know that. And here I'm going to make Remonce, which we use in Danish pastry, in Fastelavnsboller, in certain buns. I have equal amounts of sugar, almond paste or marzipan, and butter. So I put that in a bowl. And then mix it all together, so it's pretty easy. So the remonce has been mixed up, and I can now use it. And I punch down the dough, and I'm now going to roll it out. And make sure you have flour on both sides. Of course, you don't want it to be too thin. Okay, that should be fine. And I put about a teaspoonful of remonce on each piece, as well as a teaspoonful of the custard. And then I fold it up on top, close it around, and then I squeeze it together, and then I put it upside down on the baking sheet. Here I have my Fastelavnsboller. I made 10 of of this portion. You can easily make them smaller and then, let's say, get 12. But I made them kind of big today. And I'm going to cover them up and leave them alone for about an hour, and then I'll bake them. So I'm ready to put my buns in the oven, but first I'm brushing them with a little milk. You can use milk or you can use egg white if you like. And the oven has been set at 400 and it should take about 15 minutes in the oven. It's baking away. I'll be back. I have to tell you that when I was a child in Denmark, we would always dress up in costumes for Fastelavn. And then we would walk from door to door, and then we would have a jar with coins in, and we would knock on the door, we would shake the jar, and we would sing the following. Fastelavn mit navn, boller vil jeg have. Hvis jeg ingen boller får, så laver jeg ballade. And of course then people would open the door and they would put money in our jar and we would go on to the next. So there's several different traditions combined, in connection with Fastelavn or shrovetide, but it's definitely something we celebrate. And it was one of my favorite days. So I took the rolls out of the oven, of course. I had to let them cool down. And now I'm adding the chocolate frosting. Some sprinkles on. And here I have my Fastelavnsboller. So of course I'm going to taste it. I'll cut one through and just look at the inside. Well, I have Remonce and custard in here, and here you can see the inside. It kind of blends in with the dough, but it is there and it is a wonderful combination, I think. So I'm going to have my bite now. They are tasty, definitely. Thank you so much for watching. Skål, and I'll see you another day. And please subscribe to our channel. We appreciate it so much. Bye bye. Valentine's Day is coming up really soon, and I will be making a couple of cakes and cookies with hearts.